Is a true genius free of spiritual influences?
They wish. We can look at the word genius and see its historic significance. It has to do with the spirit. When I wrote The Heart of True Genius back in the 90s, which is now available, obviously, to people on Kindle, and we have hard copies if we need them. It's about a spirit energy, the energy of spirit. I mean, it's no limitation. I mean, it's intense, very intense power. The force of life, force of nature. That's what my genius is. It's not just knowledge. It's boom, boom. It's power, doing, breaking through. It's also genius. So when we talk about genius or creativity, we're talking about something complex, not easy to embrace all in one point, except everybody has it. Most people have it relative to what their function is and what their identificational reality is as a human doing whatever it feels it's here to do. And then it has more intense levels of what it is. They sometimes include, depending on your astral karma, being used by a spiritual being, a ghost being, see, being haunted. And many artists say they're haunted, you know, they're being used by the lower spirits, the spiritual beings. See, that's how I describe them. Then you have the spiritual beings that are more qualitatively speaking, or higher potential. Not about gravity, not about being earthbound, about being more interdimensional. See? So there's a higher genius, as I call it, true genius, transcendent genius, which is everyone's potential. And that's all it is potential. You got to work hard to get to that place. Because when you get to that place, when you come to realize what it is, and you're like an enlightened Buddha. Because there's nothing else but that. See? So it's not what you do, it's what you realize and who you are, what you're willing to be, as far as a fully blown heart being or mentally a sort of like mind-blown person. The mind is blown out. See, that doesn't mean you're sick. It just means that you have very few limitations as far as what you can think about, what you can grasp. See? So it's not about information and a memory necessarily. It's a different form of intelligence that has less to do with mechanical memory and more to do with intuitive understanding, see, of nature. See? It's more cosmic intelligence. So you can look at say bacteria and find the cosmos in it. You can look in the cosmos and find all the minutiae in it, all of the micro levels of intelligence in it. So you're having more of an enlightened view of things, which is more universal in nature. See?
Does one need to get beyond all their likes and dislikes and taste for anything material in order to open to that?
Oh, yes. You have to recognize it first. So you have to be like nobody already. You have to be like nothing in the way already. See? Open. The only way you're going to get to the higher states is to be open to them. No doubt. If you're not open to them, if you're closed, or like closed off, there's no higher state possible then, as far as that goes. Because you got to deal with your condition of limitation first. Okay? But that has to be recognized, analyzed, and then maybe has to be undone. Has to be burned. I like to use the word has to be burned. Has to be dissolved. So it has to be opened up, shed. So what's left is more openness to what your potential is and then what your function is, as let's say a more awakened being or a musician. It's not easy to move from one state of density to a higher state of ethericity. It takes effort, transformational processing.